Welcome to the deep dive. We've got a whole stack of updates here about the Pi App Studio, and this looks pretty significant. Not just minor tweaks.
No, it really feels like a strategic shift, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Aimed squarely at, well, getting more apps built faster within the Pi ecosystem?
exactly. So our mission today is to get under the hood, really. We want to unpack these new tools, especially the big expansion in AI stuff,
Right.
and figure out how this actually changes things for the developers or creators, as the Pi Network calls them. Does it really make their lives easier?
Yeah, good goal. And just quickly for context, remember Pi Network started back in, 2019? Stanford PhDs.
Uh-huh.
The whole idea was making crypto accessible, right? Mining on your phone, super simple. But the real value, the long-term play, it always hinged on utility.
Meaning actual apps people can use.
Exactly. Web apps built right on the platform. That's where the rubber meets the road.
Okay, that makes sense. Simple for users, but now it seems more powerful for developers. So let's start with just finding the tools. Where do creators go now? Because that seems to be the first big change.
It is, and it's all about making it easier, reducing friction. Previously, you had to kind of hunt for the Pi App Studio. It was like tucked away in the utility tab inside the main mining app.
Which isn't ideal if you're trying to build something, right? You want your tools front and center.
Totally. So the big news here, confirmed in the sources, is accessibility. The App Studio is now right there on the upper navigation panel in the Pi desktop app,
Okay, so pulled out of the submenus, where exactly on that panel?
right alongside the main Pi mining app itself and the node application, prime real estate.
That's interesting placement. Putting it next to the core functions.
It sends a message, doesn't it? It says app creation is just as fundamental as mining or running the network infrastructure. It's not an afterthought anymore. It's organization, sure, but it's also strategy.
Definitely elevates the role of the creator community. Okay, so it's easier to get to the studio, but what about organizing the apps once they're built? Making them easier for users, pioneers to find.
Yeah, good point. As more apps get built, finding things becomes crucial. So they've added a key organizational feature. Creators can now assign categories to their apps.
Ah, okay, so like finance, games, social, that kind of thing.
Exactly. And these categories show up right in the ecosystem interface in the Pi browser. So when you, as a pioneer, go looking for apps,
You're not just scrolling through one giant list anymore. You can actually filter and search.
precisely, makes navigation way more efficient. And related to that user experience, they also specifically mentioned enhancing the chatbot user interface, the UI.
Improving the look and feel of the chatbots.
Yeah, basically making the formatting better for readability, just general user comfort,
Yeah.
making sure the chat bubbles look right, the text flows well. Little details, but important for keeping people engaged.
Makes sense. If an app is clunky or hard to read, people just won't use it, even if it's useful.
Right, retention matters.
Okay, so better access, better organization. Now let's shift gears to the really juicy part, the AI integration. This seems like the biggest leap in capability.
Oh, absolutely. This is where Pi App Studio starts looking less like just a platform and more like an AI-powered creation environment. The goal seems to be speeding things up, making it scalable.
So what specifically can the AI do now for creators?
They've rolled out 3 main AI features baked right into the workflow. First one, AI logo generation.
Wow, okay, so you don't need to be a designer or hire one just to get a basic logo.
Pretty much. You tell the AI about your app, and boom, it generates logo options for you. Think about the time or even the cost that saves, especially for prototyping.
That's huge friction removed right there. What's the second AI feature?
AI welcome messages. So if you're building a chatbot or any app really that needs an initial greeting,
The AI can write that first interaction for you.
yep, help set the tone, explain the purpose right off the bat. Again, just making that initial setup quicker and maybe more polished.
Okay, so instant logo, instant welcome message. That definitely speeds up getting a basic version out. But you said 3 features. What's the third one? This sounds like where it gets really advanced.
It is. The third capability is iterative AI editing. This is the game changer, I think.
Iterative editing, meaning...
Meaning it's not just about the AI generating the first draft.
Yeah.
The App Studio now lets you make additional AI edits to both chatbots and custom apps after that initial creation.
So you can tweak what the AI made.
Exactly. You can look at the AI-generated logo and say, okay, make it blue, or use a different font. Or for a chatbot, you could say, make this response more friendly, or add a step here.
So you're not just stuck with the first output. You guide the AI to refine it.
Right. You're acting more like an editor or a director.
Yeah.
Using the AI is a very sophisticated tool. You keep the creative control, but the AI does the heavy lifting, the actual coding or design changes, often instantly.
Okay, that's powerful. That moves beyond just simple generation into like AI-assisted development.
It really does. It means you can enhance your app quickly, iterate faster, try different things without getting bogged down in manual changes. Makes
Yeah.
the whole process way more accessible.
Yeah, democratizing development almost, lowering the technical barrier significantly. Okay, that AI suite sounds impressive. Now, let's talk about discovery. You build this great app, maybe with AI help.
Yeah.
How do people find it? And how does the community reward good apps? You mentioned a new app discovery interface.
That's right. This is about connecting creators with the community and, crucially, involving the community in deciding what gets popular. It's a new hub for pioneers.
And what can pioneers do there?
They can explore new apps, they can vote on them, and this is the big one. They can stake Pi for the applications they believe in.
Stake Pi. So lock up their own Pi coins to support an app.
Exactly. It's like putting your money or your Pi where your mouth is. You're signaling long-term belief in that app's utility and potential by committing your own assets to it.
Wow, okay. That's way beyond just liking an app. That's a financial commitment from the user base.
It is. It shifts the focus towards, well, demonstrated utility and community investment. Apps that attract staking are effectively being validated by the users themselves as valuable. It's less about hype, more about perceived long-term worth.
Does that mean apps with more staking get more visibility?
That seems to be the idea. It's a way for the community to directly influence which applications rise to the top, rewarding the ones they find genuinely useful or innovative.
Interesting. But could that create a situation where maybe apps that already have some momentum or maybe developers with more resources to promote initially just attract more staking, making it hard for newcomers?
That's definitely a potential dynamic to watch. The design of the discovery interface itself will be really important. It needs to balance highlighting staked apps with ensuring brand new, perhaps niche apps still get a fair shot at being seen.
Right. Discoverability for the underdogs needs to be considered too.
For sure. But there's another angle to this discovery interface, connecting back to the creators themselves.
How so?
Well, the apps that do get highlighted, the ones successfully attracting user staking, they become really valuable examples for other creators.
Like built-in market research.
Kind of. You can see what's working, what types of apps are resonating with pioneers enough for them to stake their Pi, what designs are popular, what functionalities are valued.
So it provides inspiration and maybe helps guide development efforts towards things the community demonstrably wants.
Exactly. It closes the loop. You have AI tools making creation easier, and a discovery mechanism showing you what kind of creations are succeeding. It all feeds into making the network more functional, more participatory.
So putting it all together, it feels like Pi is creating two distinct experiences. For the average user, the pioneer, it's still super simple. Push a button once a day.
Right, low barrier to entry.
But for the creators, the developers, the toolkit is getting seriously sophisticated. You've got AI generation, iterative AI editing, better access, community staking.
Yeah, they're focusing the complexity where it needs to be, on the development side, to drive the creation of real utility, which is what the whole network ultimately needs to succeed.
It's quite a balance they're trying to strike. Easy participation, powerful creation.
And hopefully, that leads to a richer ecosystem of apps, which makes the PiCoin itself more valuable.
Which brings us to maybe a final thought for you, the listener.
Yeah.
This new ability for pioneers to stake Pi on apps to financially commit their own holdings.
Yeah.
How much does that shift the game? Does prioritizing this kind of tangible utility and community investment rather than just passive mining or app usage counts signal that Pi is really moving into a phase where it wants to compete as a serious platform for applications?
Yeah, is this the pivot point from potential to a real functioning application economy? Something to think about as these new tools roll out.
Definitely something to mull over. We hope
Yeah.
this deep dive helped you make sense of these pretty complex but important updates.
Yeah, hopefully it helps you navigate what's new in the App Studio.
Until next time, keep digging.